I'm going to roll with Team Steph on this. I was with LeBron, but I'm going to have to jump off that wagon and get on the Team Steph and roll with guys. I mean, Karl Anthony Towns, Klay Thompson, James Harden, Steph himself and Giannis, it changed the game with those injuries, I think it will still be hopefully entertaining, but I'm going to go with Team Steph, on this. Angry Black Man said Team LeBron. He said they still got LeBron. They got Anthony Davis, Russ, and KD. Game over. You make a good point, Angry Black Man. I mean, that is LeBron and KD just by themselves, and then you throw Russ. I mean, that is sickening, But I'm gonna ride with Team Steph. You ride with Team LeBron. We're gonna go back and do a review, on who you picking. Because I'm marking it down that the Angry Black Man is ABM. That's what I'm putting next to it. You took him, Team LeBron. You took Donovan Mitchell for the dunk contest. I can't remember who you took. If put it in the chat, I can't remember who you took for the 3-point contest. But then you took the world for the Rising Star Challenge. So I got it down. And we'll review it. And you better hope that I don't get all of them right, Angry Black Man, because I'm going to be on you. About all of this. So those are my picks. We'll see how it goes this weekend. Should be entertaining. I hope it's entertainment. No, I'm sorry. Angry Black Man said Klay for the 3-point contest. For some reason, I was thinking you were going with Devin Booker, but yep, I'm going to put you down right here, Angry Black Man, Klay Thompson. So got you down for that, and we'll go back and we'll review these. But what we're going to do now, we're going to go to another commercial break, and then we'll come back. We'll talk about this Steve Kerr and whether he's being disrespectful and the Colts' new head coach, and we'll end the show with my first father-daughter dance. So you listen to the Wait a Minute show. Your man Jelani JB Bodie. We'll come back. We'll finish this thing strong and get you out of here so you can finish up your Valentine's night. Not Valentine's Day, Valentine's night, because love is in the air. So let's go.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Vince Wright, the sports governor from the great state of Minnesota. Join the rest of us sports zombies on 2 Live Stews Radio. That's right, the boys are back. Doug, Ryan, and the rest of us, including me, the sports gov of Minnesota, Vince Wright, also known to the ladies as the Big Smooth. Keep it tuned here. That's right, 2 Live Stews Radio.
All music artists, lend me your ear. Looking for that hot beat to make your next hit? Go to farrelljaromusic.com. Tired of paying for overpriced studio time for mediocre beats? Go to farrelljaromusic.com. farrelljaromusic.com offers industry quality hip-hop, trap, R&B, and pop beats that will take your creativity to the next level. We know it's hard to find dope beats out there, so don't waste any more time searching YouTube or whack beat-selling websites. Go to farrelljaromusic.com today to cop the beat for your next hit. Mixing and mastering services available too. Once again, go to farrelljaromusic.com. That's FARROJARRO music.com for the hottest beats in the game.
This is #1 Chief Rocker Jersey Vern on a Recap Monday doing his recap show. We're going to talk about sports, entertainment. We're going to have call interviews, on the spot calls. This is just a show that will bring nothing but passion and joy and understanding to all the listeners on the 2 Live Stews radio platform. The #1 Chief Rocker Jersey Vern.
Yo, what's good? This is Trey Frazier on the staff. This is the Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. Make sure y'all tune in to us every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time.
This is Key C from the
Kicking It with Key C show.
on the newly rebranded Two Live Studios Radio Network. We will continue to bring you the hottest, most interesting guests and commentary in the areas of social, politics, culture, music, and more. Continue to tune in.
Let's go, give it to you.
He's the brain of operations.
I'm telling you right now, book it.
And him, he's along for the ride. But together, they bring you sports like you've never heard before. The Wait a Minute Show, a new way of discussing today's trending sports topics. And now, back to the show with your host, Jolani J.B. Bodie.
Indeed. Yeah, Lopan is gone, y'all. So he ain't gonna be signing off like he normally do with us tonight. He say he out Ubering, but I don't think he out Ubering. He doing something else, but I don't want to know, because if the authorities contact me, the less I know, the better. That's how I look at it. So we are back once again, and I told you we were going to talk about this whole Steve Kerr thing. So if you don't know, I'm going to let you know about it. So Steve Kerr and the Golden State Warriors was in the news a couple days ago about the Warriors are playing the Phoenix Suns. And Steve Kerr went on about how that, the players, he couldn't wait for the All-Star weekend because the players were pretty much tired of his voice. And they needed to change it up and do something a little bit different, and all that stuff. And what he decided to do was, hey, I'm going to let the players run today's operations. And what I meant by that is, like Andre Iguodala was running the practice. Draymond Green was designing plays, during the game. Now they said Steve Kerr was still ahead, in charge of rotation, but for the most part, he basically let the players run the game against the Phoenix Suns. So we all know, the Phoenix Suns is really bad right now. We know they are struggling. They fired their coach. They got an interim coach. They're trading players. They traded Eric Bledsoe. They not getting what they thought they were going to get out of Josh Jackson, at this point. So they're trying to find their way. They're trying to find themselves, some type of bright spot. But they got the Warriors that night, and they lost about 30 points or something like that, something ridiculous. So a lot of people were talking about, asking, was it disrespectful, at this point for the Golden State Warriors or, Steve Kerr himself to let his players coach the team and coach the game, So again, Steve Kerr was saying the team was tired of hearing, him talk. And here's what I would say about it. Disrespectful? Yeah, it's disrespectful. Did Steve Kerr go into it thinking like F the Suns or something like that? Or, you know what, man, we this, we that, man. I'm about to show them, that I'm going to let the players, coach. And we still going to win. No, I don't think he went into it like that. But I still do think it was disrespectful to a certain degree. I think it was disrespectful to coaches because it makes it seem like people say, well, hey, you don't even need a coach, when you got a team that good, or coaches are overrated. Coaches don't do this. Coaches don't do that. Again, like I said, it was against the Suns. So it was a safe bet that they would have won without him, coaching, anyway. Steve Kerr probably really didn't even have to show up to the game, which really would have been disrespectful. But I just think it's something that you want to stay away from because it's unnecessary heat that you want to deal with. You got all the other stuff, about going against the Cavs or going against maybe Boston. And then, you got your own, conference. You got the stuff about the refs, all the texts and the complaining. And it's just like, I don't think they want to put one more thing, on their plate, at this point. But if you were going to do it, this is my thing. If you were going to do it against the Rockets. That's what I would like to see. If you're going to do it against the Rockets. That would have been very interesting because right now, both of them are tied. They got the exact same record. They are 44-13 in the Western Conference. So tied for the best record in the entire NBA. Now, it's kind of surprising because Steve Kerr played for Phil Jackson, and Phil Jackson has been known to, when a team wasn't responding, that's normally when Phil Jackson would do this. He would just sit down, and he'd be like, no, we ain't taking no time out. Y'all figure it out. I'm not for the coach. Y'all figure it out. Now, he wouldn't do it for the entire game, but he would give them, moments where y'all got to figure it out. And if they weren't trying to, if he was saying, they were getting tired of his voice, that's why I said I would have liked to have seen it against the Rockets. Because now, at this point, it's just like, okay, you're tired of my voice. Let's play the Rockets. Let's see how y'all do when you got that pressure. Or when you got, to make a decision and you're going to be the person that's going to get questioned of why you made that decision. He was in charge of rotation, but why will you rotate? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? I would have liked that better, on it. But I do still think it was a little bit disrespectful, to some other folks. Now, not to the point where, someone got to be like, oh, it's like that. I'm going to holler at you after the game. Nothing like that. But I just think it's something that would have been better if they had just stayed away from, doing that. Now, the other thing is good that, and I think Steve Kerr understood this definitely because he played in that era. You couldn't have did that in the 90s. Let some players be calling plays and running the show. Man, somebody would have came to that paint and caught some bows. An angry black man, I know you're going to agree with me on that. You better agree with me on that. You couldn't have did that, back in the day. So I think Steve Kerr knew, like, hey, these are different times. The other thing is that, hey, they had an interim coach over there, and it wasn't John Chaney, because if it was John Chaney, anybody that know about John Chaney, he sent a guy out to take a guy out, and he called that guy on his team a goon. So he sent the goon to take out the guy. So they picked the right team, but it's just like, if you're going to do that, man, you got to do it against a team that's going to give them, a match. You got to do it, to get your message across. Because to me, if they're tired of hearing your voice and then they go out and then they blow the Suns out like they just did, why they going to listen to you now even more? They're going to be like, dude, we just held a practice. You see the plays I was calling, son? You see how I brought everybody in? You see how I was drawing these plays up, son? Yeah, I don't want to hear anything. So, but I wanted to put my 2 cents in there. And, it is disrespectful to a certain degree, but it's not, atrocious or anything like that. So, in the Wait a Minute Show chat room, Mac Farrell, Mac screwed up Farrell, said the Suns are a terrible team. They should have let a fan come in and coach the team. And Mac Farrell, you know what? I had that in my mind earlier and I completely forgot. I'm glad that you said, because it was like the Warriors to a certain degree were like the movie Eddie. You know what? We're going to have a raffle, pull a fan out, let him be coach, and let him call plays, Said Galloway said, to quote Deion Sanders, if you don't want me to celebrate or show out, stop me from scoring. Tighten up your defense. Yeah, that was an opportunity for the Suns, but we all know the Suns is not that good. They're just not that good. And there's nothing that they could do besides it pop one of them in the mouth. That's it. They could have just popped one of them in the mouth and said, you know what? Keep running plays. Y'all gonna get popped in the mouth. But that's not the way to go. That was the only thing they had. Angry Black Man said, I think it was disrespectful, but I do feel Kerr is trying to